Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it looks like Trump is zeroing in on his new vice presidential pick for 2024, and it's a name you're all familiar with. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, particularly liking and sharing. It really, really does help the channel out. We appreciate it so much every time you do it. Folks, what's going on with Trump right now, I think, is he's no longer a candidate for the Republican nomination. I don't believe that. I believe the Republican nomination is sewn up. Forget it. It's over. It's done with. Move on. I believe it's time for the entire Republican Party to rally behind him so that we can evict President Joe Biden from the White House. I think the ship has sailed for anybody challenging him at this point, and I think it's ridiculous that this is continuing to go on. There should not be another Republican debate. This is over. That being said, a lot of the focus has turned to who is Trump going to pick for his vice president. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm going to show you two clips. In one of the clips, he makes it pretty clear who he's not going to pick for vice president. And in the other clip, he gives a very strong hint about who he is going to pick for vice president. Let's take a look.
So we're here today at Drake Enterprises, a family-owned, beautiful place. They gave me a tour. I said, this place is beautiful. I said, come on, let's go. I got to go fast. I got to make a speech. It's all over television, this speech. You know, we're competing with the job candidates. They're all running for a job. No, they're all job candidates. They want to be in the, they'll do anything. Secretary of something. They even say VP. I don't know. Does anybody see any VP in the group? I don't think so. No, that's right. Can you imagine? They don't have a crowd like we have. When you look at the thousands of people outside that couldn't get in, why didn't you build a bigger plant? I'd like to. But we're here today at Drake Enterprises, a family-owned and operated Michigan auto.
In the nomination, let's take a look.
Mr. President, have you thought about a potential running mate if you were to win the nomination?
I like not to think too much about that. You always do a little bit, but I really don't think it's time. I want to win. And, it's very interesting about running mates. When you get down to a vice president, they said, no, nobody's ever made that kind of a difference. It's still about the person that's going to be president. It's an important decision.
Are you leaning toward a woman?
I like the concept, but we're going to pick the best person. But I do like the concept, yes.
A lot of people noticed when Governor Noem endorsed you, there were Trump Noem signs. Do you have your eye on her?
I do. I think she's fantastic. She's been a great governor. She gave me a very full-throated endorsement, a beautiful endorsement, actually. And, it's been a very good state for me. And certainly she'd be one of the people I'd consider, or for something else maybe. But we have a lot of people. We have a lot of great people in the Republican Party.
So, Kristen, we should note his previous vice president, Mike Pence, is now running against him, condemning his actions around the 2020 election, particularly on January 6th. So what did you take away from that answer?
Well, it was really fascinating. This is the first time that we have heard the...
I think Kristi Noem is probably the best choice. Stefanik is also, Elise Stefanik is in the running, definitely. I believe Kari Lake will announce her campaign for the Arizona Senate in this coming month, October. I think in the next 2 weeks, she will announce her run for the Senate, so that removes her from the equation. And I think when you look at who's left, I think he does want a woman. I think he's hinted strongly at that, and I think Noem makes the most sense. Other than that, maybe Tucker Carlson, if he didn't want to pick a woman. That would make a lot of sense, too. I want to know what you guys think about it, so please let me know in the comments. Who would you pick as his vice president? Would you pick any of the people I've mentioned? Would you pick somebody on the Republican debate stage? Would you pick Chris Christie? Because if so, you should probably get your head examined. Let me know who you would pick. Say it in the comments. Also, again, as I told you, liking and sharing, so important to this channel. Please do that. It takes you 2 seconds, and it really helps us out. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.